Hey guys, welcome back to 2BFT. Thank you for your support on the previous episode. We are back with Rav and Harman, and today we will be speaking about AI.
That intro was brought to you by AI.
Courtesy of ChatGPT.
So as you guys can see from the intro, that the topic of this episode is AI. And I've wanted to speak about this with you, Harman, for so long because I've been watching some videos and I've seen some shocking, like groundbreaking, claims by AI being put out there. And being a person myself who doesn't know too much about it, I don't keep up with technology too much.
Yeah.
I think you're a person that keeps up with technology more than me. We have the memes of where Harman's doing all the work on the podcast, setting it up, the logistics, and I'm just there looking good. But I really wanted to educate myself.
Okay.
And in some of the videos I've been watching, there's been claims that, we have 5 years basically.
Yeah.
And at the end of, the next 5 years, 80% of the careers will be taken by AI.
Wow.
And that's because it doubles in power every 6 months, which is something that humans have just never seen on like before.
What do you mean double in power? So what does do you mean like, so for example, like ChatGPT, so it like gets smarter?
Yeah, so the way AI works is that humans we tell it what to think basically.
Yeah.
When an AI does something, if we tell an AI make this video for me or make me a blah blah blah, and we tell it that was a mistake, don't do that next time, it learns and it doesn't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
Like a human, we can make mistakes multiple times.
Yeah.
But the AI only needs to be told once.
Yeah.
So that's how it doubles in power every 6 months, because it knows every single mistake not to make. And
Okay.
the next product is an iterative process. The next result is always going to be better. It's never going to be worse.
Yeah.
That's how it can increase in power so fast, which I think everyone is not used to at all. We're used to technology making mistakes all the time and breaking down, and we have to fix it.
Yeah.
But AI just constantly gets better and better and better.
So for example, so what you're saying is basically if I give ChatGPT, like that's the most commonly known AI, I give it that prompt of build me a timetable to wake up to every morning. It might give me something wrong now, but like what you're saying is like 6 months down the line, it would have.
The more you keep using it, the more it will figure you out. The more it knows your likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
Just like the algorithms, TikTok algorithms, how
For you
it doesn't know what you
okay.
like, but over time it learns
figures it
you.
out. Yeah.
So that kind of data, how powerful that data is, it's like on steroids with AI. And it's not just you doing it. Everyone's doing it as well. So AI is learning from every single person who's using it. And you can use AIs with AI. Like it interacts with itself and it knows that process as well.
It's like multiple brains at the same time.
Yes, and it doesn't have the errors of humans that we have.
Yeah, because it's a computer
It
program,
doesn't infer. It doesn't argue. It doesn't try. It just does what it's told.
Yeah.
And I think humans we're the kind of worst when it comes to doing what we're told. Humans were naturally rebellious.
Yeah.
But AI, we've programmed it in a way that it's only going to do what we tell it to do. But it's so disruptive, and I'm just genuinely taken aback by it and interested.
Yeah.
But I don't want to end up on one side of history, basically, because I think that we need to adapt. I think it's, here to stay for the long term. And I think that as time goes by, if it keeps doubling in power every 6 months, all of us, our young generation especially, we need to keep up with this.
Yeah.
Just like how, our parents and stuff,
Yeah.
they get so behind with technology. Our mums don't know,
Yeah.
like Siri and Google and stuff.
Yeah.
We could end up like that in a year or two.
Yeah.
If we're not careful. So
Do you reckon a year or two? I know you're saying it doubles in power every 6 months, but like it's crazy to think that it would be like a year or two. Like for me, I think like, okay, like maybe 50 years down the line, there's going to be robots and my car's driving itself. And we've all seen like Black Mirror and all those episodes, those like dystopian type of things. But like when you say a year or two, that's like really scary to me.
Because we've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
There's nothing that we've had that doubles in power every 6 months.
Yeah.
Technology has always been limited by the equipment we have available and the knowledge we have. But because AI can now build its own knowledge because we tell it to, that opens up like a plethora of possibilities, which is disruptive to every industry, every career, everyone.
Wow.
And I just think that we need to be making efforts to kind of educate ourselves about this, and this is why I wanted to speak about it today.
Yeah.
I want to bring awareness for all of our BFs. I don't want you guys to be left behind, as well as us, because I don't want to be a tech dinosaur. You know, where we could end up like our mums and dads, and we're gonna say to our kids like, "Oh, how do we?"
It's mind-boggling to me still. You know, like I just what you just said earlier, like that you don't want to be a tech dinosaur like our parents, and it is true. My mom asks me every single question that she can just Google. She literally tells me like, "Oh, Harman, you're my Google," because I don't, like she's got the same phone as me. She's got the iPhone 27.
You know that Bubba Man song, you know, Google a Bubba G. You know that song,
I don't know that song.
bro. We need to find it, man. This guy's been living on the rock. He doesn't even know Bubba Man.
Yeah, so my mom's got the same phone as me, and I've literally set it up for her ages ago. She can use Google right there quickly, and I think, don't get me wrong, I think they find it easier to ask us because they can get that information quicker. But when they're alone and they have to figure it out, like any other person, I think they'll do it.
They'll do it themselves, yeah.
Because it's really a funny story, right? Like my mom at her workplace is the tech genius.
I guarantee the story's not going to be funny. Carry on.
It's not. It's funny in like the non-comical way. It's interesting, but funny, if you get what I mean. Anyways,
bro could have just said that.
So it's interesting because my mom tells me constantly that they literally asked her to set the printer up at her workplace, troubleshoot things, and I'm like, Mom, how the hell do you know all of this? And she's like, oh, well, you know, I always ask you about things, and then I kind of know, but she knows more than the other average people there because I'm so into tech. I've taught her a bit where she seems like the next level up to these guys. So that really like stuck with me when you said that we don't want to become that person, because our community is so notorious, especially not just ethnic minorities, but South Asian communities where the older aunties and uncles, right? They tend to be rigid in their ways. They don't like experiencing new things, or
they don't like change.
And
or they're so like they have an antagonistic view of change. Like change is positive.
Yeah, like not everything that differs from their understanding of the world is bad. And I always tell this, I always say this to my mom and her friends, the aunties, or even like any older men I meet especially. I'm like, guys, you need to change your view of the world. You're living in a day and age where there's self-driving cars right now. They might not be the best,
bro. Even sorry to cut you off, even an example, like, have you tried to get your parents to do online banking?
Oh my,
it's so easy. You could just do a transfer from, but these guys want to go to the bank, make that journey and spend that money
way,
and then it's like, bro, just use your phone, man.
And it's such a shame because you do get left behind. It's a race, and it's a race of, we live in the world of information now. Information is power. Back in the day, you know, the bow and arrow used to be the power. Then it was like guns. Now, whoever has the most intelligence in terms of information gathering has power.
Yeah, the most access to information.
Exactly.
Well.
If you can utilize information that's available to you in a way to better yourself, increase your skills. I mean, there's people going on TikTok and learning how to be a chef, and they've never trained, and they do videography at the same time. Have you seen those edits of the food looking mad, really crazy, like when they're making the food and it's like the dough being dropped and all the flour going everywhere, and then the next thing is like them rolling the dough? There's a guy on TikTok that was like, oh yeah, I learned everything from YouTube and now I'm like an actual chef. So in this day and age, we also don't want our parents to get left behind, right? So we try and force them to like learn technology. But AI, like you mentioned, if it's gonna increase at that level, I think you said 2 times the amount of power. I think
every 6 months.
So from my understanding, what you've just said, like power to me is like it's gonna increase in its capabilities of what it can do. Not just that, AI is powerful like Skynet from Terminator. It's not gonna become Skynet, I think. Hopefully not. I did tell ChatGPT off the other day, and it was like, please refrain from using certain language on ChatGPT. So I think they might come for me first before they come for you. But 2 times the power every 6 months, that's, like you said, it's unfathomable. Our community really needs to make that effort. They need that wake-up call, I think, to actually start pulling their boots, because guess what's gonna happen? All the
All of us are gonna get left behind.
yeah
Not even we make the jokes about our parents like, oh, they can't even use Google Maps properly. They have
Yeah.
to look at the old map and whatnot.
yeah
Bro, if AI gets that powerful, that means you need to double your knowledge on it every 6 months.
yeah
If it doubles its power, because that's how you end up not getting left behind.
yeah
And this is arguably one of the biggest problems in the South Asian community that holds us back, is that we're resistant to change. We need to break the cycle and embrace it.
yeah
I think that just us growing up in general, we had the 2008 financial crisis, we had COVID, we've had all these world events where we've been forced to change so fast. I think that as a generation, we're set up to deal with this change
yeah
because
yeah.
every year something's happening.
Something's
bro.
happened. Yeah, we've become so adaptable.
So adaptable, bro. And I think we need to keep this going.
Yeah.
We're the generation that can break the cycle. You know how like people get generational wealth, they get rich, and then they say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I broke my generational curse and whatnot."
Yeah.
We can break the South Asian curse of being resistant to change. We have embraced change because we've been forced to
Yeah.
all our lives. COVID came about and university became online. That
Yeah.
never happened before.
Schools,
People had to work from home, bro.
As early as like even the earlier schools became online, so that generation even before us has now grown up with change.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So people work from home now. Like
Yeah.
remote jobs, there might have been a few, but
Mhm.
not on the scale that we see today.
yeah,
And it's funny because people that were resistant to working from home and stuff, a lot of people are skeptical about it because like some people think that, you know, office should be in the office, work should be at work, and
yeah,
home should be at home.
hmm
But you now have people who challenge the status quo.
Yeah.
So do you know what? I can work from home. This could be my home and my business at the same time, or my home and my job.
yeah,
You know,
and
it seemed crazy to start with. People
Yeah.
said, "Oh, you know, people are gonna hate it working from home, and everyone's gonna want to dying to go back to the office." And what we see now is that there's way more remote jobs because companies have seen that there's cheaper costs. There's, you know, if people are at home, there's less travel costs for everyone. People have more time. So those people who have embraced the change have seen the benefits.
and
I want us as a community to embrace the change and see the benefits, basically.
yeah, and I think this is why we discussed that we wanted to make this episode because, like you said, we want our community, especially our viewers, to be ahead of the game, ahead of the curve, because you don't want to get left behind.
Do you know what? Any BFs, if any of you guys are AI geniuses, please reach out to us and teach us because I'm kind of like an old school guy myself. I just use my phone for like texts and calls and stuff like that. Really, you know, we make our content and we edit videos and stuff, but the things that some
Yeah.
people are doing with AIs are just insane.
I mean, only the other day, right? When we make our clips for TikTok on CapCut, iMovie, etc., didn't we literally see the other day that CapCut has an AI clip maker where it just picks out your best moments anyways and does it really quickly, saving you time and energy to make more content?
Yeah,
It
literally.
is
But the thing
crazy.
is that I did it, and the clip that it made was terrible. And it was like 2 minutes, like 3 minutes of just. There was some funny bits in there, but it could have made the clips better. But the thing is, if people are using this at scale and they're telling
Yeah.
the AI that this clip wasn't good, and when it makes a good clip, this clip is good.
and then it
they'll
learns.
they'll notice that like when we're laughing, when
Yeah.
we say a joke, it will know what a joke is because it knows that it can spark laughter.
Yeah,
And because it can read transcripts and stuff, it will start off not good.
yeah,
Like AI started off terrible. Have you seen
Yeah.
like the AI video of Will Smith eating spaghetti? It looked terrible
yeah.
in 2023, but in 2025 it looks so realistic.
We'll put that.
Yeah,
now.
insert the video there, the 2 clips.
Yeah,
Don't copyright sue us, infringe. We're not infringing on anybody's copyrights or whatever the term is.
there's a lot of ethical issues surrounding not just Chat GPT, but like AI use in art, especially in the arts. I know Adobe came out with their like Photoshop generative thing, and it turns out that it was copying other people's images
Oh, wow.
at that time. I'm not sure if it's been updated or what's happened with it, but there's a lot of AI artists on Twitter that were basically using a prompt to generate these beautiful pictures. But then some artists were like, oh, actually, that's been copied from my art. So
Wow.
I think that's a topic for another day. We should definitely discuss this.
It goes even deeper than that because have you seen some of these deepfake videos of celebrities?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it could literally be like Donald Trump saying something like extremely offensive or whatever, and it's completely AI generated. and
He's probably saying
he's
it
probably said that. But there's some videos of like celebrities. You can use a celebrity's face,
Yeah.
and if you have their face and their voice, you can make a video of them saying anything.
Yeah.
And regardless of whether it's real or not,
Yeah.
if people have the idea of seeing your face saying that thing,
Yeah.
it can be catastrophic
I
for your career and stuff like that.
I hate Rav. That was AI right there. They won't know if it's AI or not.
And that's my reaction. There's an AI reaction. The whole thing is AI. Rav and Harmer don't even exist.
Yeah.
Like, we're completely AI generated. If you see us in public, then they're paid actors.
You know, there's actually been videos of like, oh, have you seen the new, who was it? I think Google released the new video AI generator thing, and it's crazy. And there was actually a video of people AI saying, oh, do you know we're in an AI simulation right now? And they're like, yeah. Because someone...
And it was all AI.
Yeah, someone made a prompt to say, oh,
Yeah.
create this character that says this word. But obviously, it was in AI, and it's crazy to see that though, because it's already happening.
And that's the thing, that the objection to that is like, oh, AI is going to make a video that's not going to be good. But the thing is, we can tell it that you did something bad,
Yeah.
and it will do something different next time. There's videos of like AIs playing games, like playing Mario,
Yeah.
and it keeps dying, but each iteration it gets
Yeah.
further and further and further till it starts completing the levels.
Yeah.
Then it gets to a point where if it keeps getting further and further, it becomes better than humans at doing that thing.
Yeah, imagine Desi AI. We should make a Desi chat GPT. Like, you know...
Chat GPT.
Chat GPT, yeah. Chat GPT, fam. Imagine our parents are like, how do I tell my kid off for not doing their schoolwork but not get in trouble with the authorities? And it just tells you the steps, like, oh, so first of all,
Give them shit.
yeah, first of all, grab your slippers.
Give the Japan bag.
Someone needs to make that, please. If any of you guys are software developers, we need Chat GPT.
Yeah, if you're a software developer, be careful of AI coming to ruin your career as well.
Yeah, first of all, be careful of AI ruining your careers. But we need Chat GPT. Maybe we should make Chat GPT.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, courtesy of 2BFT, Chat
Rabbit-
GPT
Rabbit
for
Harmon.
your parents.
You know, it's all fun and games, you know,
Yeah.
making the jokes about AI and stuff. But if we're really going to adapt, we need to actually focus on adapting. So, I want to know, how have you used AI in your life? Like, if so, how have you tried to integrate it?
Yeah, so like obviously we already spoke about Chat GPT, not Chat GPT, and don't tell my boss because I have been telling them to watch the episodes, but don't tell my manager. But like, I use Chat GPT at work. I think that's most people.
That's gonna be his proof on if his boss actually watches his podcast or not. Because if you got a meeting, yeah, assume that means he's been watching them, and if not, then you know you know that they've been lying.
Yeah, so either I get kicked out of my job for using ChatGPT, but I know they're watching the podcast. Nah, so it's for generic things. Like I think it also depends on how you use it, because
What generic things though?
So the generic things like admin tasks. So write me an email. You shouldn't ask it to write you an email first of all fully, but I'll get into it. Give me a outline of how I should make a plan for a certain task. Give me a better phrasing for certain things that I want to say in a nicer way. Compelling people to get my tone in a correct way. I guess it's stopping me from thinking about it myself, but I already know what I want to put out there. I'm using it as a tool, just like how you would use Grammarly. You know how people use Grammarly for grammar checks? Like, that doesn't mean they're horrible at grammar. They just know it's wrong. They just need it quickly fixed. Because I'm sorry, but when you're at work, every minute counts because you're being paid, right? You're being paid to do a job. So if you can make your life easier and get your tasks done quicker by using tools, wouldn't your company like that, right?
Bro, even like CEO, high-level CEOs, think about it on a macroscopic level or like a holistic level.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is people think that using AI is cheating in your life,
But it's not.
But think about it. Like, don't business owners cheat? Because say like in school, you know, when you're supposed to do your exams by yourself, you're supposed to do all your work by yourself.
Yeah.
It breeds that into you that you're supposed to figure out everything yourself.
Yeah.
Business owners, if like when I was doing the sales job, my boss said that like at the company, he's like, I'm terrible at sales. That's why I get other people to do it.
Yeah.
So he's cheating by
Yeah.
using other people's skills,
Yeah.
but paying them.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is cheat by using the skills of AI, because AI has access to the whole internet. You have access to the whole internet, but the AI can get the resources faster than you can. So
Well, it can get the correct resources faster than you can, because I think when you ask it a specific thing and the more you give it the prompts, which is what I do at work.
You have to, when you prompt AI, you have to be completely unambiguous, guys.
Yeah.
So if you say to ChatGPT, write an essay for me on this topic, it will pull all the sources and make a massive. If you say write an essay, keep it in 500 words, keep it concise, list where you've got all the references from, only use references from certain people, you know, paraphrase, don't copy. If you say all of those prompts, it will give you a much more tailored result.
I'll give you one of my examples really quickly before we move on, right? So one of the examples, and this is like a big example because I was so confused. Basically, I was doing a report on the people that work in my team, but I wanted to make a report on how they were progressing. Now, they do a lot of different tasks, and not all of those tasks can be equal to each other. Now, I was stuck, but I knew what I needed from it. So basically, what I wanted all these 4 things to equal to one variable that I can plot on a graph to see what their overall performance is.
Yeah.
So instead of having 4 different things, amalgamate them into one number or percentage.
And you can compare for everyone.
And I can compare it.
Yeah.
So I literally spoke to ChatGPT and I gave it that description. I said, I've got a few different variables. I want to amalgamate them into one KPI. For people that don't know, it's key performance indicator. And I want to equal it so that I can plot it on a graph instead of having so much data. I want to use that one thing, and I want it to be qualitative instead of quantitative. So I don't want it to give me like 1,000 sales, but I want it to use the quality of those sales, right? So ChatGPT did that for me. It told me what I needed, and it gave me such a nice example, and it solved my problem that day and saved me like 8 hours worth of work.
Oh wow! Oh, that was literally my question. I was going to say, how long would you have taken to do that yourself, and how long did it take ChatGPT?
Well,
with the aid of ChatGPT.
That's the thing. Like, I could also search this information up. I mean, we did A-level maths. We did statistics, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I knew what I wanted, because we did statistics. I am like educated to know what I need, but using the internet, it would have taken me so long to get the exact formulae that I need and actually know how to use them properly so that I don't miscalculate things. ChatGPT saved me 8 hours.
That's the thing, that because you said that, with your statistics knowledge, you've known what you're looking for already.
Exactly, yeah.
If someone was then asking ChatGPT to do a similar thing, but they didn't know what to look for, you've just trained it a little bit. Because you... excuse me. Because you've trained it to think that, oh, that was good, that's what I needed.
Yeah.
Then if someone else asks that similar thing, it's going to know that, oh, like Harman asked me that, and that's what that result, it's going to assume that that's a good result, so it will give them that.
You're welcome if you're using that formula now.
I'll give you an example where I used it. So I'll be doing bodybuilding for ages and ages, and my joints are in a lot of pain right now, and I want to get into an athletic routine. I told ChatGPT, I said, I'm tired of bodybuilding, the exercises are boring. Give me a plan that involves like some HIIT training, some Olympic lifting, and I want to basically make my training fun again.
Yeah.
And you can give it all the constraints you like. I said, don't make my workouts more than 1 hour long. I don't want to be spending more than an hour in the gym. Yeah. I don't want to be doing more than like this number of exercises.
Yeah.
And it gave me a plan. You can just tell it. I can say, look, it gave me a HIIT workout. It was like power sled, battle ropes, it was like things that require 4 or 5 pieces of equipment. And you don't want to be that guy in the gym like, oh, bro, I was using that, bro, I was using that, bro, I'm using that, bro, I'm using that. I said to ChatGPT, remodel this HIIT workout so I only need 2 pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
And it just used the assault bike and the landmine.
Wow.
So like it does the assault bike for 30 seconds. That's part of the HIIT workout. Then I got some landmine squats. Then I got some landmine anti-rotation presses. And then some press-ups. And then some... But it did that. And if I was going to think of that myself, I'd have to do some research and blah-de-blah-de-blah. It literally saved me so much time. Even meal prepping.
Yeah.
Like you can tell ChatGPT, I like chicken, I like beef, I like blah blah blah. Make me a meal plan. These are my macros. Make me, 5 separate meals so I can have. You can tell it all these things.
Yeah.
And the main message is, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of AI. It is here to stay. So to everyone out there, make sure you start using it in your life. Not like for every single thing, but just start. Like get used to it.
And
Start with ChatGPT.
yeah.
Because it's not the only AI that exists.
I was just gonna ask that. Like, I'm sure there's more different GPTs and other things, right?
It's like saying the internet is Google. Like, okay, Google is a part of the internet, but it's not everything.
Yeah.
Or like just saying the internet is social media. Like the internet is the news, it's entertainment, it's
Yeah.
films, it's advertising, it's sales, it's everything. That is the internet. So AI is the kind of the main all-encompassing term.
Like the tool.
Artificial intelligence, and ChatGPT is one of them. For anyone who is still skeptical of AI, in my research, I know that history repeats itself all the time. That's why we still have wars going on. History constantly repeats itself, but I'm not going to talk about wars too much or at all, for as a matter of fact. But when the automobile was invented, it completely killed the horse industry, where people were using horses to get about. Now you can use a car. And now, do people ride horses anymore? Only like a few, And it's like how Netflix killed Blockbuster. All these things that are so disruptive, they take their time to integrate into society. But once they integrate, society is never the same ever again. So it is imperative to really adapt and start using these in your lives. Me and Harmon have given low-level examples of how we use it in our lives. We kind of use it as a tool to help us, but as it gets more powerful and more powerful, it's going to automate so many things. And it's to the point where we don't even know in the next year what we can do with it. Because AI can build things for us. Like we're building things using AI, but AI could use itself and its own knowledge to build things. It's such a vague topic because it's so disruptive. It's like nothing else in history.
Well,
so even the experts I've been looking at, all the questions are saying, how many jobs will it bring for the jobs it takes? I don't know. Where do you see it in the next 5 years? And the answers to all those questions are I don't know from the experts themselves. So it really is kind of crazy. But us South Asians, we're pros at navigating worlds of where there's massive change and there's so much uncertainty. COVID had so much uncertainty. When's the lockdown gonna be lifted? We don't know.
Yeah.
So us guys, we're used to this. This is our forte. This is like the young generation. We're so good at this, isn't it, bro?
Yeah.
We're pros at this, man. All of us.
That was a good
all of us
handshake.
on the BFs. We're all pros at this, so there's nothing to really worry about. But it's about staying relevant, staying on top, and just not be on the good side of history, not the bad side of history.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to kind of
And
finish off with.
for everyone back at home, all the young BFs listening to us, go and download ChatGPT on your parents' phone. Tell them, don't call me anymore to ask about how do I get to Google from Google. Use ChatGPT, right? And
How many times have you seen your parents, right, typing in Google into Google, bro?
So just how you're going to use ChatGPT and AI from now on. Use 2BFT. Use our channel. We're always putting out educational, informative content that's relatable.
With some jokes.
With some
Crap jokes.
That's why I said it's entertaining, innit? So yeah. Anyways, guys, again, thank you guys for watching as always. Take care. 2BFT.
2BFT.